Hi, my name is Bob Brenneman, and this video is one I decided to cut to cover another set of commonly asked questions, which is what about hurricanes and what about insurance and flooding? Yes, we do have hurricanes. We're on the coast. We've only had one major hurricane in the past 100 years. I've lived here for 20 years and have only been driven off the coast once, and that was Hurricane Floyd, and it bounced up the coast and hit the Outer Banks, which seems to be the pattern, at least the time that I've been in Charleston. So that's not to say we don't have hurricanes, but you give them plenty of warning. And again, I tell everybody you really can't escape weather. There's weather all over the globe. You just have to pick your poison more or less, I guess. Another question that I get asked a lot of times is, what about homeowners insurance? Homeowners insurance, there's a big misnomer that it's hard to get along the coast. It may be down in Florida and other parts of the United States, but I've never had a case that people couldn't get insurance, or even where it wasn't affordable, even for stuff that was beachfront. In most cases, most buyers that are not buying beachfront property are going to find insurance not to be that expensive, or at least what I consider not to be that expensive. A good rule of thumb I tell people is for $500,000 house that you can expect to spend, granted the house needs to be newer because you start running into some issues if the house is really old. Maybe it's not built up high enough. Most houses built after Hurricane Hugo, 1989, were built up to FEMA's present day standards. So insurance on a $500,000 house will run you $2,500 to $3,000 a year. Flood insurance is sold by the federal government, backed by the federal government, and that tends to run about $250 for every $250,000 worth of coverage. One thing to keep in mind too about insurance, I tell all my clients when they, once we get a house under contract, is to make sure that you go out and get at least 3 quotes from 3 different carriers. I have ones that I recommend to my clients, but regardless of that, you need to make sure that you get three different carriers. And the reason being is, say company X is allowed to write 100 policies in Charleston, South Carolina, and they've written 95 policies. And then company Z, same situation, they can write 100 policies, but they've only written 50 policies. It's going to be a lot less to go with the company that's only written 50 policies, because the higher they get towards their total number of places that they can, or total number of houses they can insure, the rates go up. So, I've seen insurance quotes on the same house vary as much as 100%. It can range very widely. So keep that in mind when you go to get insurance. But again, that's a question that I get asked a lot. And if you have other ones, I'm more than happy to answer them. No obligation. You can just give me a call, 843-345-6074, or you can visit me on the web at charlestonproperty.net. Have a great day.